I wanted a program that was a strong online program because I knew that traveling back and forth to a classroom was going to be exceedingly difficult with my current job and my children and my other responsibilities. So I knew that the program was geared for working individuals, and so I put a lot of research into that. And when I found this program, I knew it was the right one for me. The challenges for any online program are group activities. And as an older student, as a healthcare professional, I'm a very independent worker, and I enjoyed the fact that the online program offered me the ability to work very independently, to work at my own pace. So when we were initially offered group activities, I shied away from those because I thought there's no way that we're going to be able to work as a group when we're not only online students, but we're scattered all over the United States, even in different time zones. But we somehow worked it out. We used conference calling, we used Skype. We scheduled, the professors were very helpful. They gave us a lot of flexibility, and we worked it out. And it turned out that some of those group activities were some of the best activities, and I ended up enjoying those more than I thought I would, and actually learned quite a bit through that process. So that surprised me a little bit, and I'm really glad that I got that experience. Even though I was hesitant in the beginning, it turned out to be a really good experience. The interactions with the faculty were great. They were very quick to respond. I remember early on in the program, I believe it was in economics, I remember struggling with a particular concept, and I reached out to the professor and said, is there any way you can host a quick session, maybe a live session, to maybe better explain this or explain it in a different way? I had watched the videos. I just wasn't quite grasping the concept. And he jumped on that so quickly and hosted a live session. Almost the entire class attended. And I remember thinking, this is really cool. He jumped right on it. He was so glad that we asked. We got together, we got to interact with him and talk to him and ask questions. And it just showed that online faculty are just as committed to learning as live face-to-face faculty. And so that was a big win for us. I have attended some of the lectures that the College of Business offers, which has been really nice. They host those guest speakers, and that's been really nice to attend those and kind of connect with some of the community leaders and some of those folks I already know because I work in healthcare here in Pensacola. But it's been nice to connect and sort of network with people. So I think those are beneficial as well. Probably the only regret that I have is that I waited as long as I did. There was a 12-year gap between when I finished my bachelor's in nursing and when I chose to start my master's in healthcare administration, and I let too long of a time lapse between those two things. And the longer you wait, the harder it is to return back to school. My advice is start the program. No matter what you do, even if you're taking one class at a time, start the program. I'll be the first to admit, with my children and my life, it took me 5 years to finish my master's degree, and there were semesters that I had to take off. And I often took the summers off with my children, but start the program. Commit to start the program, start it, take a class, take one class at a time. It seems daunting when you start, oh my gosh, I have to get 40 hours or I have to get 36 hours, but you eat an elephant one bite at a time. So you start by taking one class, and little by little, some of the classes are easier than others. If you're a working professional, you'll find some of the classes, some of the information you already know. And so some of those classes will be easier than others. As you get into your 6,000 and 7,000 level courses, you may find that they're a little bit more challenging. Like I said, I was only able to take one of those courses at a time, but it was worth it. I feel like it was money well spent. I feel like UWF gave me a really solid foundation. The quality of the faculty here is excellent. And as a healthcare professional, I've worked with a lot of individuals who are working on their master's degrees. Many of them are using other programs. I can attest to the fact that the faculty here is so committed to making this work for their students.